Was that too weird?
Very much.
Maybe.
But then again, we've done weirder. But then again, why is it called a cocktail?
Good question.
That's a very good question for a half pint.
Should we Google it? It's often disappointing when we find out the real answer, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is.
Is it the cock as in the male hen? Or is it the other kind? Or is it a third cock? I mean, cocking, like loading. What's it called?
Maybe,
With the
yeah,
gun
cocking
thingy.
a gun, yeah.
Yeah.
You got a ball cock in you.
That's another cock as well.
Yeah.
How many cocks are there?
A lot.
Now we're really starting out the half pint the correct way, I feel. Not that serious one from last week.
Oh, God, yeah. Death and pensions.
Yeah.
Are you still depressed from that?
No, I'm just equally as depressed as I normally am.
Oh, good here, good here.
I'm just Googling.
Yep. As you're talking, I Googled something else today. What's a barrow? Because of course the wheel in wheelbarrow that makes perfect sense.
That barrow.
But what the fuck is barrow? And I didn't have a good answer. It's like, yeah, it's either from wheelbarrow, yes, but that doesn't tell me what barrow is. And then you had a hand barrow or but basically that's what it is. The barrow is the thing you keep shit in with a wheel under. So it might not derive from anything. This might be ground zero for what a barrow is.
Yeah, you'd think it would have been called wheel cart, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Anyway, do you want to know why a cocktail's called a cocktail?
Yeah.
Please enlighten us.
The name cocktail for mixed alcoholic drinks literally originated from the idea of a cocked tail on a horse, signifying a spirited or lively animal.
So when it holds its tail high or something like that, yeah. So it's a happy horse.
Right before he shits then.
Yeah, it could be. Which also scans with people drinking cocktails, I feel.
So this term was then applied to mixed drinks, possibly due to their stimulating effect or the mixture of various ingredients like bitters, which were thought to perk up a drink in a similar way. So there you go. Truth is boring.
I was actually going to say that was horse crap, basically. That was the most boring. Yeah.
I was going to go with underwhelming, but yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Right, next time we need to Google something, we'll pretend we're Googling it and we'll just make some shit up.
Yeah, much better.
But you could have done that and I would have believed you if you were decent enough. Am I Googling or bullshitting? That could be a segment.
Yeah.
Can I be as boring as Wikipedia?
Back in 1850 was when the first cocktail was made. And what they traditionally used was the male hen to stir the drink with. Which later then developed to force-feeding the hen mixed alcoholic drinks and shaking it and squeezing out the fluids. Hence the name cocktail.
Yeah, that was a bit much. I would have gone with these using the feathers of a cock or something like that. That's kind of like the tail feathers. So.
KJ looks genuinely grossed out right now.
The thought of squeezing some kind of poultry to get a drink
squeezing
out.
Your cock.
That sounded more pleasurable, but not to get a drink out. Yeah.
But the more interesting explanation, though, is like, why did you use a cock as a euphemism for a cock, basically?
Why that's a cocked tail? Yeah.
I'm not googling that.
Nope. want that in the search history. Yeah.
Okay,
Feels
I'll
like we
do
should
it.
move on to something else.
Let's move on. I want to pick your brains because in the main episode we discussed briefly my wheelbarrow project, and since I haven't finished the script yet, I don't know what direction it will end up going, but it needs to include a wheelbarrow, and I have one.
With 2 wheels.
Yeah, and I need to touch upon that because two wheels are crap, basically, it turns out. And then all wheelbarrows look the same, so they seem to have found the perfect form. And that's the problem though, isn't it? Because a wheelbarrow, it is the Ferrari of moving shit by hand. I mean, it's hard to improve upon. And you mentioned your lawnmower, so of course a drink holder. But
Mhm.
you get you get those for trams, and we have one for when we had
You mean
strollers for our
prams?
kids. So
Yeah.
it's a bit, yeah, prams.
Yeah.
So putting that on doesn't really feel like making. What I do want to, feel that some of the wheels, they puncture a lot and they're standing out in the sun all day, so the rubber gets brittle. So I'm gonna get a proper hard rubber wheel which doesn't have air in it to make it more reliable. But that's all that I've really got. So what more can you do? Like I need
Wheel
ideas.
wheelbarrow amplifier.
A big subwoofer underneath and some blinking
I mean,
lights too.
a Bluetooth wheelbarrow, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I did see. Oh, I don't remember his name. We'll link to it. He has a YouTube channel and he made a wheelbarrow with an engine, and then of course, yeah, the attached a skateboard or something that you could stand on. So you turned it like one of those huge excavators or what they're called that are linked in the middle.
Hmm.
But I feel I want to use it as a wheelbarrow. I don't want to ruin my wheelbarrow. So it must be something that makes life more easy in the garden. And one of
I've
the
got it.
things I've thought about is when I've cut the grass and I go around with my wheelbarrow and I'm raking it up and putting it in. Of course, I'm putting my rake on top of the wheelbarrow, and it always falls off when I go over a
Yeah.
bump or something. So some sort of tool holder I see could be a good accessory.
Yes, definitely.
I was thinking maybe you could expand on the cup holder and have a bar
Oh,
on the
yeah.
wheelbarrow. Yeah.
Just have a tray with for some mixed drinks, just on
Yeah.
the handles.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And
That would
and
definitely help.
that should work because people might not know this, but wheelbarrows are decent chairs. If you
Yeah.
tip them back so the handles touch the ground, then you can actually use them like lawn chairs.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you have a beer holder and a fridge.
That making sure that more work gets done if you're sitting in the wheelbarrow as well. And you're easy to transport home. Just tip it over and carry you home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean your tool holder. That's a really good, especially for keeping like a rake or a shovel or something like that. And
Or hoe.
if that as well, uh, carry your hoe in a wheelbarrow. But when I'm thinking the over-engineered, borderline impossible to actually get useful thing I would like is something to prevent you from stop you from tipping over, because sometimes if I put too much stuff in and come at an angle, you feel like, okay, now it's gonna go to the left and it's nothing I can do to stop it. And what I've seen is there was a guy who had broken his neck motorcycling, so or broken his back, I feel. So he had no, his legs didn't function, but he still wanted to ride the motorbike. So then it had some supports that went out when he stopped the motorbike. He just fell down on the sides to balance it.
Oh.
I would like something like that on the front, so when it feel like, oh, it's gonna tip over, a support goes down and catches it, so it doesn't fall over.
You just need to fit some kids' stabilizers to the front wheel, don't you?
Yeah, but then you're on the two-wheel crappy wheelbarrow again. I mean,
Well, it'd be 3 wheels, wouldn't it?
Yeah, we don't want more wheels.
no, because the goal is to improve on a wheelbarrow. If you just add more wheels, you're basically on the crappier version again. But I like the idea though, and then like a gyro stabilized wheelbarrow. You have like a what do you call these swing wheels in Norwegian? What do you call them? Like flywheels?
Flywheels, yeah.
Yeah, you need a huge flywheels and a motor spinning at like 30,000 RPM or something.
Because that feels safe.
Yeah.
When
mean-
you're gonna have that between your legs at the back of the wheelbarrow.
I did not ask you for safe solutions. That's yeah. Don't get caught up in that.
You could build in a mower onto the front of it or a strimmer. So as you're pushing it around the garden, it cuts the grass for you at the same time.
Also, you always have a path because it makes the path for you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That brings me on to another question, Glenn. I remember when I was a kid and I was mowing my parents' lawn. It was annoying when the grass was high enough because you had to take that collector box off every 5 meters to go and empty it.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, me and my dad basically, who were lazy enough, like, why do we need this collector? So we just started mowing the lawn, and after a couple of days, it was gone anyway. But now you get these lawnmowers who spit it back into the ground.
Mulching mowers.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
And I feel that's become the standard now. I don't see anyone mowing their lawns and going and emptying those bin buckets. But
No.
I mean, if you do the wheelbarrow extension, then you're back to that principle, isn't it? So you need one that actually hovers up the grass and put it in. So I can't use my fly mow for that. So I need an old school, maybe those barrel roll trimmers.
Oh, a cylinder mower.
Yeah. You get those petrol powered as well. I haven't seen those in
yeah.
ages, but yeah, I really want one.
Yeah, an old Suffolk Punch. Nice green old mower, cylinder mower.
But the question is, could you then remove the wheel and just have that cylinder being the wheel? So you're just like having the that would look awesome though. You just have a big wheelbarrow on top of it and it just dumps all the grass in there.
And you can height adjust it just by lifting the handles or lowering the handles. So you end up with a nice wavy lawn.
For a pivot.
Yeah.
But the problem is though, what if I want to use the wheelbarrow to move something else like gravel? Then you the only way to move it is to run that because we have a gravel driveway. It's going to be interesting to say the least.
It's a weaponized wheelbarrow at that point, isn't it?
Very much so, yeah.
Another thing I would like my wheelbarrow to do is have a one directional wheel, or you had to like release a brake to have it go backwards. Because if I'm going up a slope and I need to reposition or something and it just falls down, have it to brake so it doesn't go backwards. That would be nice.
Holy crap! £2,500 for a petrol-powered cylinder mower.
Yeah.
Holy shit! But yeah, I'm totally on to the brakes. That's a good idea.
Or just have a brake that you can actually lock the wheel at some point. That could also be useful.
Yeah.
Just move to Lincolnshire.
Where everything is flat.
Yeah, exactly.
Solves a lot of
Well, we
things.
don't really do that in the Scandinavia. That's
It's not my fault.
Would save me a lot of money on my car as well, because that's what I'm waiting for now is the parts for the brakes, because those need to work obviously to get an MOT. But Yeah, in Lincolnshire, it's flat. You don't need brakes.
Just open the door and put your foot out and stop the car.
Yeah, just gear it down a notch or two and then it slowly grinds to a halt.
My last van, the handbrake, never worked on that thing, no matter how many times I had it adjusted or fixed. It worked for about a week and then stopped. I just used to park it on my drive and put a brick under one of the wheels.
A brick always works.
Yeah.
I just need to go into the marketplace. Cylinder, more. Oh, it's hard translating into English while I'm trying to write in Norwegian. Yeah. Yeah, £300. I mean, it's still too expensive to.
Yeah.
I mean, a second-hand one you should get rather cheap, and then just motorize it. Two-stroke.
Yeah, that's the thing though. We actually have one, but it is in mint condition from the 70s. So I don't want to ruin it. I actually took it apart here last year and gave it a good once over. So now it actually works as intended. But I do have a two-stroke engine of a failed coffee grinder project, so I could.
And it's good that you have one, a proper one, because then you can do a side-by-side comparison. If you get one and motorize that and see if it makes a difference or not.
Yeah.
It's funny you just said the coffee grinder. It made me think of, you get the nice little French cars or Land Rovers or horse boxes converted into coffee places. Maybe just turn your wheelbarrow into a nice little barista station.
Yeah, because that was also when I saw one of Bo Miles's videos. He just used the wheelbarrow to drive his kids around and then yeah, should you get some ISOFIX attachments for it so you could put a children's seat in it and then go to the kindergarten and back again? And then you need a roll bar.
It's a good workout, I feel, carrying the kids in a wheelbarrow. So.
Yeah.
So you've just sent us a link for a mower you've seen. I'm not opened the link, but I've just read the title. Godino cylinder clipper? Is that what it's called in Norwegian? Yeah. Like the cylinder clipper bit.
Oh, yeah, that's
they spell cylinder weirdly.
Yeah, that's a cylinder cutter, and then Godino is the name, I think.
Oh, I didn't know that was Norwegian for garden or something.
Yeah.
What's Norwegian for garden?
Hage. Yeah. It's a bit like gang. It doesn't roll off the tongue, so to speak. But then, I mean, you also have these robot lawnmowers, and then of course you got the radio-controlled ones. Should you then have a radio-controlled wheelbarrow? I mean, but now we are.
That might be hard with one wheel. Then you're back to that flywheel, having a balancing one.
Yes. So, yeah. I mean,
that would be really cool to see a self-driving balancing wheelbarrow.
That is a weird cylinder mower you just sent us a link to.
It's a motorized one.
What? Is it weird? See, it looks like...
Yeah.
I mean, remove the motor and that's basically what they look like, isn't it?
Yeah. No, that makes perfect sense. And I mean, it could also be a double as a wood chipper. So...
Yeah, might want to change the blades, but sure.
Yeah, and then, of course, with that gearbox, I mean, if you put the bigger sprocket on the axle and the smaller one down below, how fast can you spin that up? I mean, could we get to angle grinder territory here?
11,000 RPM? Is that what you want your mower to spin at?
What? Doesn't your go to... I think mine stops at like 30,000 or something like that, so...
That would be a router more like, I feel.
Yeah, because he also has those, what do they call them? The aerators that like all the blades just cutting the grass vertically just to give it more air into the ground.
Yep. Yeah, that's not the traditional way. The traditional way is to take little plugs out, like little poops when you do that, when you do it properly,
Oh yeah.
and brush sand into the holes.
That sounds tedious.
Yep. That's why
Yep.
they invented the one with the blades.
Ooh, I see someone sells an old snow blowers on tracks. I mean, then you can get a motorized wheelbarrow with tracks. I mean, you still have the two-wheel problem. It's not as nimble, but I mean, you got tracks.
you can get barrows on tracks anyway. A power barrow.
Yeah, fuck, that's true. That's boring. Then you're just making a poorer excuse of that. Oh, okay.
I
No,
don't
we're
think I've
back
seen
to
one on tracks, but I've seen the two-wheeled ones that are like motorized, but not tracks one.
Yeah, I've used a couple of
That
those in the past.
that sound. I bet that sounds and looks much cooler than it actually is to use.
yeah.
They're pretty cool actually. The one I did use one. It was a skid steer one on tracks. So just two levers, and you just pull the levers either ways, and it turns on does a 360.
Yeah, but okay, is that
And you
big
can
enough
stand
for you
up.
to ride on? Okay,
It
then
did. It had a little standing plate on the back.
yeah, okay, then you're going up. So that's not a wheelbarrow anymore. That's a whatever it's called, a dump, a mini dump truck thing.
Yeah, it was.
It's just a dump.
But and that's cool and fun, and I would like
Yeah.
one, but I don't want to pay what they would ask for one.
No.
Anyway, I am still looking at mini excavators, and thinking, how can I fit a wheelbarrow to that mini excavator to have it? Because I mean, nowadays when you see excavators, they always have a little trailer with all the scoops and all of that often, and I would like that for a mini one as well, just to put dirt in and that sort of thing. But you want it in the correct size, so a really big wheelbarrow should be good for that. But then you want it to be two-wheeled because you don't want to balance it.
But I mean, if you're getting a small excavator, I mean, if you look at all the attachments that you get to them, those are boring. But I've seen the ones that they use on the whatever tractor or machinery they're using to clean up the ditches along the road, like these rotating chain links. Just
Yeah.
you could make some smaller one for that to cut your lawn, so you can use your you could just put a strimmer, duct tape it to the end of the
Yes,
bucket of the
yes.
excavator, and you can just sit there and just run it in circles, and then all right, now I move
May not duct
5
tape,
meters.
but yeah.
All right, put some zip ties on for good measure, but yeah, I'm pretty sure duct tape would do the trick.
Yeah, the one with chains. It took me a while to figure out what you were talking about. A flail mower for the digger attachments. What all the farmers use for the hedges, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just shreds them, doesn't it? It's not
I mean,
exactly a clean
it
cut.
no, it doesn't cut anything.
No.
I mean, we went to my parents-in-law's cabin just the other day, and the local farmer were cutting the sides of the road with some machine like that, and there were some places where it dug down rather deep, and he was doing earth improvement, if you could call it that. Just like 2 meters of just gravel, more or less, because it's use it as a dirt remover instead of a trimmer.
One of the places I used to live years ago, we neighboured a field basically, and the farmer was doing the hedge from his side with the flail mower, and he cut one of my newly planted trees clean in half.
Nice.
Yeah, quite the shock to me and the tree.
I bet.
More to the three, I would say. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Oh, you just sent us a picture of a flail mower on a digger. I've never seen that.
Yeah,
No. Cool.
but I mean,
You want one now?
Yeah.
very much so. Yeah, you could write it off as a tax expense as well. It's yeah.
On a 360 excavator, you could go into a field and make crop circles with that, couldn't you?
Definitely.
Now I
that
know
you
how
say
they've done it.
It seems that's what it's made for.
That's how they do them, isn't it? It all makes sense now.
Yeah, you cracked the
Not
code.
a string and board. No, it's just a drunken Glenn in a field with a mini excavator and yeah.
It's just bored farmers, isn't it?
I really want to do that still. Even as a kid, I really wanted to do it when I learned about the string and plank trick, but it would be amazing. But of course, now I know how much it's going to cost the farmer to ruin his crops. But it's like almost like I still want to go and ask my neighbor because he actually have a field where you could do it. Like, how much for me to put a big cock and balls in your field to make the conspiracy theorists go wild? So,
I feel after this podcast, everybody would blame me.
yeah, which is going to make my job a lot easier.
Yeah. I often thought that in the past, if one of my customers turned a bit funny on me and didn't pay us some time, just get some glyphosate Roundup in the sprayer and do a cock and balls while you're there, and then 2 weeks later it just appears in the lawn.
I'm not sure if I mentioned this on the podcast before, what my neighbor did, but he used fertilizer instead of a Roundup. Because I had two neighbors living opposite of each other, and both of them were the foreman at the Ford and Opel dealership, or Vauxhall for you Britishes. And of course, the one neighbor asked the other one if he could mow the lawn because they were going away for 3 weeks. And of course, he said yes. And then he spent those 3 weeks just putting down fertilizer on the neighbor's lawn with a huge ass Vauxhall logo on his lawn. And then the night before he came back, he just mowed his lawn. And of course, that logo showed up on that lawn for years. Because you couldn't really, I mean, the neighbor tried to fertilize the grass around, but still you could see it. So, yeah, so that's a good prank.
It's evil, but it's still not evil. It's just annoyingly evil.
Oh no, you fertilized your lawn. Oh, yeah, it's hard to file a police report. Like, yeah,
I heard of people just impregnating the doormat with the Roundup outside the door. So when they walk out, just get it on their shoes and then walk around and in the grass and then. But it's nicer just to fertilize it. But
yeah, you don't.
The effort to do that. It's not something you do lightly.
But I mean, if you make a logo or something, then it's obvious that something have done it. But what if you go over to the neighbor and just fertilize his entire lawn, like religiously every summer when he's away for Sunday or something like that? You just go and you just fertilize his lawn. It's like, God damn it! I've been mowing the lawn constantly. And like, what are you doing? Like, I see you just running your mower for like once or twice the entire summer. Yeah, I have no idea.
Be a good video to go and get your logo on another maker's front lawn, wouldn't it?
Oh yeah.
I feel like you've got the easier job there, KJ.
Yeah.
But I mean, we do have the addresses for some of the CMOs, so you can go into Google to see who has the biggest square piece of lawn, and then in the middle of the night we can have a maker meetup. Do some garden work, guerrilla garden work. Yeah.
A sure way not to get invited to to people. And I mean, that's a good thing in itself. So yeah.
Don't get many invites anyway. So
No, but
I
still,
wonder what with it.
it's not
Yeah.
the smartest outing yourself on a podcast before you're doing it. So yeah, but nobody claimed we were smart.
Well, the podcast has its name for a reason. So
Yeah. I get kind of depressed now because I actually need to mow my lawn, but I don't want to. So
I think I need to as well, but I don't mind.
I wish mine would grow so I could cut it. Still been so dry apart from today. Maybe it'll green up a little now.
yeah, I did. I mean, I put some gravel down here around Easter, and now some greenery is coming up through the rocks. And then at some point, I tried your assault trick. That worked for a second. Yeah, the plants that were green, like, oh no. And then, of course, whatever is underground still pops up like Jolly Roger, happy go lucky. So it didn't work as I hoped.
That's weird.
So maybe I should think about putting down basically planks, like instead of paving, like making walkways. But of course, it's with the lumber prices today, it's going to be an expensive remedy.
Yeah, it's kind of scary lumber prices. I feel.
Not for you.
That's when I get it for free. That's
Get it for
I mean,
free,
that's.
Yeah.
I mean, I did the math
God,
work.
how cheap do you want it?
Yes, I mean that. But going to the lumber yard and paying for it, that's costs an arm and a leg to get a 2x4. It's yeah, I don't.
Yeah, I did actually. That it was crazy. One thing is buying all the materials for the deck. That was expensive, but you kind of expect it. And then once I finished it, I was gonna build the stairs, and then I just needed a few meters of 2x6. So just to be safe, I just bought 2 planks. And I mean, you're just going there to get 2 planks. Your mental state is that that's cheap. I mean, it's just 2 planks of wood. And then you come to the cashier and like, holy crap, it's expensive.
And then you see someone else just loading up the trailer to the brim, thinking, "Yeah, that's someone's life savings go into that."
It's when you hear the bigger YouTubers when they're making a project out of walnut and I just spent $2,000 on walnuts. Like, what?
Why? How?
Yeah.
I just saw Sila Foxlin. Of course, she's building the airplane, and then she she got some airplane grade plywood,
That
and it was
seems insane.
like a 2 millimeter thick one sheet or something like that. It was nothing, and that was $2,500. Like,
Okay.
holy crap!
Yeah, sure, you want the good stuff when you're building an airplane, but still, I mean,
Yeah, I wouldn't skimp out on that, but still, I mean, it is plywood though. Someone is making too much money. A plywood millionaire. That's yeah. How can I get in on that action?
By making some very thin plywood for aeroplanes, apparently.
Apparently, yeah.
All the answers are there.
I just started with the recipe, didn't I?
Yeah.
Oh,
There can't be much call for it. There can't be that many people making planes out of plywood, surely.
no.
well, that's why it's expensive, isn't it? If everybody did it, you could buy it on Amazon for $1.50, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I would buy airplane parts on Amazon, but I mean, If it were for a YouTube video, I would. Of course, content is
Yeah.
content.
Yeah. Buying my airplane part by part of Timo. That could be a video series.
Ah,
Well, a lot of the aeroplanes, the homemade ones, run off Briggs and Stratton engines, don't they? Which are basically a lawnmower engine.
it is.
Sounds
Yeah.
reasonable, yeah.
And I mean, yeah, I would trust a Briggs and Stratton as long as I didn't have to start it, because they are a bitch to get to run. But once they're going, then nothing stops them.
Exactly. So the petrol cap's not been left on too tightly.
Yeah. Oh, I did when I was a kid. I flipped my Briggs and Stratton lawnmower to dig out the grass underneath, and at some point I flipped it the other way around, so some of the oil went back from the sump and through it ended up in the air filter and the carburetor. So once I started it, you had this sponge that is the air filter was soaked in oil.
Yeah.
And it made the most beautiful smoke machine you could ever I mean, it would, I mean, any EDM dance floor would pay good money for a smoke machine like that. So I did it several times just for fun, and then we had to get a new one.
Oh, that's really sad. Bye.
Bye.